we've had them start off in descending order, right? X squared, then the x term, then the x to the 0th term, which doesn't have an x. The previous one, we had x squared, x, this. So on this problem we're looking at doing now, is it in that order?
No.
Can we put it in that order real simply?
Yes.
Yeah, so do that. So we're going to make this.
Does it make a difference?
Yes, because you want to make sure and have the right signs in the front of the right parts, because where those signs are determine signs in our problems. So rearrange this, and I'm taking the sign in front of plus, or in front of 6x is plus, and taking the sign in front of 5, which is plus 5.
This supposed to be x squared, isn't it?
Okay, so I'm going to look at that now. So I'm going to factor this to two binomials, because that's what they factor to. A trinomial factors to two binomials. What are my factors of x squared? X and x. Now I'm looking at my second sign. What is it? Positive, which means they are both going to be the same. They're going to be the same. And then we look at the first sign to determine what that's going to be. They're going to be the same, and they're both going to be positives. Okay. Now, this time we're looking for the factors of 5. What are the factors of 5?
5 and 1.
5 and 1, those are the only ones. We're looking for the factors of 5, this time since it's a plus sign in front, factors of 5 that have a sum of 6. Obviously, 5 and 1. Doesn't matter which spot is which?
No.
No. It doesn't matter. It can be x plus 1, x plus 5, or if you rearranged it, it could be the other way. Ileana.
Would we do the same thing then if it was minus, except you know that you'd have to, like when the two signs are negative, would we basically do the same thing then, except instead of adding the two? Okay, making sure. Maybe. I don't know.
If they're both negative, then you're still adding the two numbers. Let me change the problem, and we'll just look at it. I think this is what you're getting at. If I change this problem to minus 6x.
No, I'm saying if they're both minus, like that was minus 2.
We did one of those. Let me look at this situation now, and then we'll go back and I'll show you that. Here we again factored two binomials, still going to be x and x. The signs are still going to be the same. The second one determines whether the same or different. They're going to be the same, and then we look at our first sign to determine what that sign is going to be.
Okay, I got you.
And then what are the factors of 5 that give us a sum of 6? Still 5 and 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter which one you put in what spot, because what you end up with on your outsides and insides when you were to go back through and do your FOIL method would be a -5 plus a -1, and that would give you -6. Okay, now Ileana, let's go back to...
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I was just trying to ask if then we basically do the same thing as we do on that one, except when you have like the variables of it, you just, instead of like finding the sum, you find the difference.
Yeah.
That's what that's all I was
Made
trying
it
to
sound
ask.
much more complicated than that. Yes?
On this one, the 1 and the 14. The 1 is there because that is the difference. It's on the first slot, or is that? That's the only part I know.
Okay, the factors of 15 are these two pairs.
Yeah.
Now we want a difference, since this is negative, we want the difference
15.
that gives us 14. So that's 1 and 5, or 1 and 15. And then you're simply looking at this sign to see where the bigger number goes.
So the bigger number goes with the negative?
Bigger number goes with that sign.
Oh, okay.
So it would be a -15 in this situation. On the problem after that, we still had a minus and then a plus, so our bigger number went with the positive on this one.
Okay, I understand.
Danny,
So
better ask a question this time.
thing. Going back to that first one.
Okay. Carry on.
I didn't say anything.
Where it says 14 at, so basically you have to, oh gosh, that just screwed me up.
Then Let's go
I
on.
was gonna say,
Because I don't want to lose everybody else. So don't say what you're going to say. Okay, get your iPads out and open up your Notability app.
Our phone has been
What?
I had this open the whole time. So I think
If you haven't, I want you to try this one. Don't freak out. Everybody raise your hand. I solemnly swear. Your right hand, Kyler. I solemnly swear to not freak out if I don't know how to do it.
I'm not.
Okay, so you try, and then I will do it, and we'll see how you fare with it, okay? You're going to make mistakes, and that's all right. If you don't, that's great that you're not. That doesn't mean it looks intimidating. I like that. That's better. You're not correct. It's just a little off. The first thing that I'm glad of is this. Everybody on their papers had this. You had the two binomials written out ahead, and you had x and x. Okay, you weren't trying to figure out how to do it without having that stuff written down. So that's a great start. You're forgetting variable factors.
I'm lost anyway, so. It's even bad. Yeah.
Factors have a difference because they're same thing. Factors have a difference of 1x or 1.
Is this right? Sure.
Okay, let's just look at it. Again, like I said, there's no reason to freak out over this. We look at our, and let me change colors so we have a contrast. We're looking at our second sign. Our second sign is negative. That tells us the signs are going to be the same or different? Different. If it's a negative, they have to be different because you are multiplying two numbers whose signs are different to begin with. So I'm just going to go plus negative. Doesn't matter if you put negative plus, so what? Now we want the factors of 42, which are 1 and 42, 2 and 21, 3 and 14, 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Okay. We want, since we have a negative, again, this sign determines a lot of stuff for us. Since it's a negative, we're looking for the factors that have a difference of this coefficient value, which is a 1.
Yeah.
Which pair of factors have a difference of 1, Jamie? 6 and 7. 6 and 7, if we subtract those, have a value of 1. Spencer, where am I going to put those numbers in? I have 6 and 7. Which one goes with plus?
X plus, 6 and x minus, large number.
Larger number is going to go with the sign here. The first sign now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So it'd be a negative 7 and a positive 6.
I had that right.
But I was asking, what if you didn't have it?
All right.
I had 42 and 1.
I had 2 negatives.
Alright,
Say again, if you didn't have what?
what if you had a number that the factors weren't one away from each
There is a whole other process we'd have to use. We won't have to worry about that, fortunately, for now. And maybe not even until next year. Okay? But there are situations like that.
So,
Danny?
Okay, my question. Okay, so the bigger number, it always goes into the parenthesis thing, as like that has the same sign as that first sign.
Yes. Sounds
Okay,
good. Yes, you're
what
right.
What if there were two negative signs in them? Could it go in either one?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
So what you're telling me is I had it almost all right, except for I had a negative.
Yeah, the signs both negative, right? Okay, next one.
Secondary stacks.
Oh, wait, I can do this one. I got this. Wait.
It's all based on the second sign. Ignore the first sign. If this is negative, then the signs are different. If they're positive, they're the same. No. You gotta backwards.
What? How do I backwards?
Because the bigger number goes with the sign than the first number. See it?
Yes.
Good. So most everyone had that. Don't try to figure out how to figure out each situation individually. It does this and does this. Just remember these rules that if the signs are different, or the second sign is negative, the signs are going to be different. And then the bigger number is going to go with the sign of the first. What are the factors? Since this is different, we want the factors of 42 that have a difference of 1, which are still 7 and 6. So 7 is going to go with the plus sign because it's the bigger of the two values. Try another.
Get this one.
What's the sign of the first, Brett?
Oh, so the big number is
Yes, you did. You need to have it backwards. First line is negative.
the second sign.
Second sign only helps us to determine whether it's something that's look at theirs real quick? What's the difference of 4 and 4? What's the difference of 4 and 4? 0. So that doesn't work. What's the difference of 8 and 2? 6.
That's oh, see, I was adding those two. You don't add those?
If a, what's the word we use for subtraction? Difference. So we're looking for the factors that have a difference of 6. If this is a positive, that's a positive, then we want the sum of the factors. Okay? I want you to do 1 through 30 for Monday. Here's what we'll do though.
Wait, me Tuesday?
Oh yeah, hey, sweet. Yeah, for Tuesday.
Wait, 1 through
Ka-chinga.
so 1 through 30 do Tuesday?
So 1 through 30 do Tuesday.
What lesson?
What we will do on this, lesson 69, we'll figure out some way, I will, to go over 4 through 18 with you without technically grading it, but you've got to have them done.
Okay.
So what I'll probably do is have the person make sure you tried them, and then that part of it will be a completion grade. The rest of it will grade right or wrong.
4 through 16?
So try to do, no, we're doing 1 through 30.
I know, but like that's the part
Oh,
that you took.
the 4 through 18,
18. That,
try the best you can on those. We'll come in after we grade. When you still have your papers, we'll go over those. If you missed them, we'll go over any of those you want to go over, okay?
The only ones we do last or
1 through 30. Thursday, Tuesday, yeah. So if you didn't hear what I said, you can go to the recording. I'm not sure.
Live is still recording.
Right here.
It's the same method.
Is it still recording?
Yes. Okay, everybody understand? If not, go to YouTube or go to the lessons link.
Yeah, I'll
Check
subscribe
it
to you.
out.
Just updated.
And I have this week, mind you.
Whoa!
Based on your still recording.
Bye, friends.